Hello. I had been thinking for quite some time that I wanted to switch up the Arctic base with everything that's going on. Just looking at anything Arctic icy just gives me the bad taste in my mouth. So the parts are still good. Everything's fine. Just the setting needs to change. And that's easy because I love creative ideas and I love putting new spins on things. But before it's gone, I wanted to memorialize it in film and show off how it looked. My airplane, my little rocket guy. Some of these pieces will be staying together and other things are going to get changed as the build goes forward. I had so much fun. This was all in a day that I did this, switching it over, and it really turned out well, pretty much what I expected. That's what happens when you visualize and execute on your plan. I liked the Arctic base. My inspirations were Ice Planet 2002 and Ice Station Zebra. I'd gotten the Clone Troopers 501st for Christmas. They fit right in with the white and blue. My old rescue guy over by the Asteroid Discovery, Crystal the Battery, Metro Nui Disc, Sun Spider, Gwen Stacy on an Iron Legion body, old minifigure on the snowmobile, the mini mech, kind of alter that with other parts. I love his feet. My Bionicle mech, the Kopaka mech, using those teeth claws, helicopter, the Marvel base. Yeah, look at that. Rack focus. Good thing I could take a photo. It'll last forever now. I can always watch this again. But the feature moves forward. So what's the plan? We're doing part Cloud Cuckoo Land and part Cloud City to make a cloud theme. So we will be updating Arctic pieces and figuring out how to fit it into the new theme. And we will be keeping the helicopter, but we're going to be removing the snow and changing the ice for clouds. And then I'm going to get rid of the blue background, and I want to do a sunset. I got a pretty simple idea that doesn't involve any colored pencils, of just using the actual color of the paper. It was fun while it lasted. I really like the Moto Speeder. I think that was my personal favorite out of everything. The Rocket's probably number 2. That was good. But it's time to move on. So there's my sunset. I wanted to go from red, and I used the pink at the end there. I thought about using the tree skirt as clouds, but I just ended up using the plastic. I cut out the clouds there. I'm a huge fan of clouds. I love clouds so much. Started my own cloud appreciation club. Absolutely love the sky and looking at white, puffy clouds. So I went to the Lego store. It's lots of things coming together. They have a deal where at their wall you can fill up this box and get all these different parts for $10. So I happened to come on a very interesting day. Oh, that's my cloud speeder. Remember that twin pod speeder I showed earlier? This is my single pod speeder because I only have the pieces for one. Thinking about getting duplicate to make this a double. But this came together. I used the new Asteroid Discovery canopy for its cover, and I'm used to the hinge, but the bar is really slick. I really like that. So the moment I've been waiting for, all the pieces in the new box. I'm not sure how you feel about it. I shouldn't presume. I know I'm excited. Watching it again, I'm feeling that excitement too. Oh yeah. They had so many white pieces. They had such an interesting selection. I wish you could have seen my brain because I was like connecting all the dots and had such a vision. And they had those white plant pieces. It was like made for me. They knew I was doing clouds. So, and they also had those white triangle wedges, which were in the lampposts. So, and the white slopes and the white bricks. So lots of cool white pieces. And then I got a good selection of red and some other things that they had there. They had a lot of candles and flames. I only took 2 candlesticks and a bunch more flames for the Rock Ragers. And then I kind of was just two of everything, very Noah of just getting two if I was interested. I did get 3 streamers. I try to be even. I don't like necessarily having odd numbers and stuff. They all look great. That was my first time doing the pick a brick from the Lego store. I definitely could foresee doing that again. I've done so much of online shopping and you have to wait for the things to ship. It's very satisfying just to go into the store and then immediately be able to unbox and get to. So I think I got a good selection. They had the ladders there too, which I love. I was looking at those on Bricklink. So the first up is the Hydra Castle. Because I got those white bricks, my immediate thought was Cloud Castle. So we're gonna remove the stone and put in the white brick, which looks good. I used those gold pieces in there too. So I kept most of that. I put the blue flags on there to change it up. And pretty much the same function, just new white bricks. I'm pretending it's made out of clouds. And I put that in the corner right there. Wasn't sure about these guys, but I brought them over. So then I put the flags on top of the post there. I add them there. I think they look nice and smart. I also added this little guy up top there. I took my other clone trooper and the laser and I added them to the table. I used the red bricks to make this heart. I've been thinking about doing that for Valentine's, and then I add all the red pieces. And then I started looking at it and I thought it looked like a throne, and I took the other stone pieces from the Marvel's castle and I built 2 thrones. Rock throne and the throne of love. There's the mono speeder. I wanted to get the wedge off of there, so I pretty much the same, but I rebuilt that similar, put him there. So with all these pieces, I had a big vision in mind. New plan, build an X-Wing. Yes, that's right. Looking at those white plates and thinking about the spaceship pieces I had, I thought I had just enough to make an X-Wing build. That was the first mock, the first thing I recorded with only 2 wings. Nice slick build with the slopes there. I really like the wedge plates for the corners. Then I got more on there, so I got the 4. Took some finagling to figure out the best place to use the brackets and the clips, but I was really happy with how this came out. Those orange bricks looked really good too. They also had those orange 1x2 plates, which were super helpful. I like that the Life on Mars cockpit fits right in. It can stand on its own on the wings too. That was really impressive. I ended up putting the trans neon orange whips on there. Eventually I moved them to the wings to add to the actual X-Wing profile. Eventually I gave up and I put the trans neon whips on the rock throne and just went all light gray on all 4 points of them. And I put the Rocket Man in there. He's got such a big cheesy face. I'm so excited to have my own X-Wing, so I wanted to match the excitement inside there. Plus, you want a Star Wars character in the Star Wars thing, right? I guess it doesn't matter. It's how you want it, right? There's my X-Wing. Attack mode. Holding on by a hinge brick. It's fun making the mounts and putting it into a scene. And I decided the clone troopers are going to be attacking the castle. Which, who is in the castle? The dragon. Dragons are with castles. I moved the dragon from the rock ragers up to the clouds. Gosh, it's so sick. I love how this thing looks. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love my X-Wing forever. Glorious. Using the leftover X-Wing parts, I was able to make this little spy plane. I had 2 wedges. I used the tiles and the other slopes that I had. Pretty simple. I was thinking of like the little speeders from the early 90s. I had the airplane in there too. And I put one of the lampposts on there to give him extra long. They look menacing. Jetpack guy, I put all the trans blue cylinders on this so it looks like he's coming out of the clouds. Like he's jetpacking up out of there. I had used trans orange in the Arctic, but I'm going full trans blue for him. looks really good. I like it on the white when I put it up in the display because it looks like he's coming out of the clouds. Very sick. How are they standing on there? I'm not sure. So I ended up doing Star Wars versus Marvel. So I put the Marvel characters on the right side and the Star Wars on the left. And I put him, the heart, on this side, like they're attacking the heart. I used most of the green, blue, and the trans blue pieces to make this little park scene with like a waterfall, a little tree, and a little desert garden. Came out really nice. I can practically hear the water bubbling in my head, but I'll add it as a sound effect anyway because it's fun. Tree came out nice. I like how it looks. Used my first cloud. Want to get some height, so use axles to raise it up there. Trying to be lighter colored at the top. It's nice having cloud. I had some onto the flag post too, so there were some clouds that had some height. They weren't just on the ground. I also used my, I don't know what that piece is called, but they're flexible so that I could get some fun angles on the clouds up there too. It looks so good. It's coming together. The dragon fits right in. The X-Wing is so menacing. I like that the clouds are hovering there. This is Takanuva's altar. I switched his candle to a real one, and I simplified his base so his weapons and his air katana had smaller profile. He's still meditating. I added Thor because he's the god of thunder, so obviously him and his little Rock Rangers airship could be up here. He's bringing the lightning. He's got to fight for Marvel versus Star Wars, so I thought he would be right out in front. And then other Marvel airship I have is the Green Goblin glider that I built back in October. So I decided he was going to move from off in the corner and get added into the mix along with the Cloud Car's monopod. I ended up putting the Experian guy on the glider. So yeah, they're standing on top of a cloud, so most of them are vehicles, but the clone troopers, I assume that they have jetpack technology, so they have cloud tech to be able to stand on a cloud. This is all happening above us right now. I don't know if you knew that. This is all happening in the sky as we speak. Over in the Rock Rangers, I added the throne. I really like how this blue light illuminates the trans neon pieces over there. Back in Cloud World, added more flexible clouds, added more whips onto the X-Wing. Still have the trans neons on there. I'll get them off and go all light gray eventually. It's really coming together. I like having the throne on that side. I like that guy. I was thinking about getting my own little king, and now I don't think I want to do that. I think he is the king. Gwen with her angry face is so great there. Similar to the Arctic, but it's a little different. The clouds make it feel a lot different. The new pieces give it a lot of new love. Still need to move Chewbacca over to the Star Wars side. I hadn't done that yet. It's coming together. Attack mode. Who wants to fight against an X-Wing? Not me. So cool. I used more of the paper that I had to add more clouds to the front part there. I hadn't done that with the Arctic Bay, so I put some clouds on the lower bookshelf so that there's some that are closer to us. Add more depth to the scene. Depth. I can speak. Blah. I know words. These guys were the most Arctic. I ended up taking him and putting him in the Rock Rangers with the ice Draconian. Still love that blue. It's so cool. I put Icebot with Headless Horseman and one leaf up there. So there's the Rock Throne. Crab Mech still's great. T-Rex is still great. This was a speeder that's been by the Robot Bazaar for a while, and I ended up making this custom little platform so that he could be in the background behind the castle to give it some more height and a little bit more action. I built fun mechanism of that you're able to twist and angle him. He's not in a great placement on the set to be able to do that, but I like functionality. I guess Kelton Davis always calls it play function. So I took the spinner off so it's a little bit more stable. And this is the final. There's the speeder. Looks really good on the yellow and pink in front of the cloud castle. I really like that the red, the mono car and the red heart are together. I like the heart throne. That cloud is good. Iron Legion's alright. Love the glider. Love the streamers. Love my X-Pod dragon. Love the clones. Oh my god. Thor looks so great. Monopod looks great. X-Wing is my favorite. It's cool. I like it. That's me. I'm that excited. X-Wing. Yeah, baby. Thor bringing thunder. Chewie, 2 guns. Monopod. Goblet. Cloud flags. Dragon. Speeders. What more do you want? Jetpacks. Heart throne. Ah, airplanes. Yes. I love it. Assault on Cloud Kingdom. That's what I ended up calling it. Very cool. Very happy. Yeah, thank you for watching. I ended up putting Emmett over here. Adventure is out there. You betcha. Sky's the limit. What can we build next? How long will Cloud Assault last for? I don't know. But I will see you next time. That's true. Please take care. Please, in these trying times, please take care of yourself. And fuck ICE. Am I right? Oh, I'm right. You know. Treat others the way you want to be treated. That's all I got left over. I'll see you in the clouds. Take care.